Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited. Oh boy, we just had our first day in hell, and now we're gonna see how the continues to go.
Mm.
Thank you all for being here and joining us on episode. Holy shit, is it 9?
10?
10.
10.
10. Episode 10
Double
of our
digits,
Descent into
baby.
Avernus.
Yeah, yeah.
I am your storyteller, Sage.
And I am Celeste Codowich playing your tiefling wizard, who's definitely good, Melody.
Hello, everyone. My name is JB, and today I'll be playing Lord Roland Belran Dan Cadrill, a war cleric of Kellamvor.
Hi, I am Katie. I'm going to be playing Kaylee Bramblebarrel, your female halfling monk. I read that off my sheet because I forgot in that instant.
Yep.
Happens.
Hello, this is Naseem, also on NPR today. And I will be playing your dwarven fighter, Hieronius Dohard.
Good. So good.
And good evening. My name is Paul. I will be playing Calvin Coleridge, your male fire genasi artificer, this evening and in the future. Thank you.
You know, I will say, as someone who edits this episode, we do this joke almost every single episode.
I
So
believe
this
it.
is the week. This is the NPR podcast.
I love it.
We've all committed.
Mhm.
We're here.
We're here
And
for
I'm
each
Terry
other.
Gross, and today we'll be interviewing Zariel.
No!
Uh,
Troll that chat.
But actually, what all happened on your very exciting first day in hell?
We saved the cabbages.
Yay, we did. We saved a
And the people.
woman. Yes, and
Mhm.
her children. There were 2 of them.
Yes, she had
Uh-huh.
2 twin boys.
We kicked some ass with those bearded devils that were attacking her. We killed them, and Melody didn't get a turn. I remember that, so that's how fast it was. And yeah, then we talked to her, and she took us back to her little base, which was in a tavern. And basically we're like, oh man, what's up with Elturel? Yeah. And she's like, oh shit, it's underground. And we're like, I know. And then she's like, there's a big bridge, and all the other people are across the bridge. So we're like, cool, we should probably do that. And then she's like, but there are a bunch of devils all over the bridge. So we're like, uh-oh. So we went and scouted it out, and were invisible sometimes, and snuck onto the bridge and activated the cool anti-fiend spell that the bridge had built into it, and then we kicked some serious ass. We killed 20 bearded devils. Roland just
16.
Yeah, Roland just got in there and got their attention with some rad insults, and then we booped the button, and then we all and it was crazy, man. And then we made it across the bridge, and then we then we went back to get the woman and all of her friends who were hanging out in the bar. And they're like, yay, you're great. And we're like, awesome, let's lead you to safety. And then we crossed the bridge, and then we went to the big church temple, and then we saw a dragon boy who's doing a bad magic. And that's what happened.
Also, periodically, every 10 minutes, there's a mini earthquake, and the city is being dragged further and further into hell.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
good.
are on a time crunch.
Those are the small kinds of details you can expect this week on the Venture Maidens Descent into Avernus.
Yay! Small details.
Let's just do ASMR now.
No! I hate
God.
it.
No, I will quit.
I'll fall
I'm
asleep.
gonna leave.
Fantastic. Yes. You all had met Harkina and her twin boys, and tried to help them out a little bit. Was trying to figure out where other refugees are being are holing up, and said to Harkina to gather all of them together and that you all would come back for them. And then Roland gave them a bunch of food so that they could fill their empty bellies.
Yes.
It's very sweet and very heroic of the efforts of all of you. And so yes, after a very impressive fight with 16 CR3 monsters, you all brought the refugees back. There was an earthquake which trapped M and a couple of other refugees temporarily under a stack of rubble. They got you out, and you made your way into what is known as the High Hall Cathedral. It is this round building, and off of it shoot like these big rectangles. So you imagine like a cross with a big circle in the middle. And this is known as the cathedral, which pays homage to what is known as the fourfold faith. That is the aspect of Tyr, Torm, Lathander, and Helm, who are all revered and worshipped here. Oops.
All the boring ones.
All those good boys. Good sparkle boys. And this was, held within this huge fortress, which is mostly just crumbling ash. As you can see, something like a large meteor has possibly struck this area. And you had heard these hellhounds letting out these deep, dark, growling howls in the distance. And you stepped up into this cathedral where you saw this black dragon humanoid creature who is chanting in an infernal. And you see these candles are all lit on the floor surrounding this circle that they have sanctioned off. But instead of glowing with light, they actually emit darkness. So it has this kind of spotted, kind of dim light that's pervading the area. And in a flurry above the dragon-like creature, you see 6 spine devils who are all brandishing these hell-forged tritons. And there is just blood and entrails and ichor and bodies everywhere, as they are apparently trying to cast some kind of magic. The other kind of features in this room is that you can see at 4 points, like the top, bottom, left, and right, there are these curtains that are drawn that lead, and behind them lead off into rectangular rooms. And then there are these 4 big pillars that you saw that when you looked at them at first, you saw the images of the 4 gods, but as you caught them out of the corner of your eyes, their faces shifted and morphed to look like these dark angels who had blood coming out of them, were holding swords. And this is where we begin.
I'm really fucking laying it on thick, huh, wizards? All right, got it. Did you know you're in hell?
Hey, another thing about this room is in the center where this black dragon creature is this very large mechanical hand with the lever next to it, and kind of circling up around it is a big grand staircase that leads to an upper floor. So, what would you all like to do?
Has any of them noticed us?
They have the 6 spine devils above you have definitely seemed to have taken notice.
Okay. First off, can I do some kind of check with my Constantine-like knowledge of hell to be like, what is this thing in front of me? Like, I recognize the spine devils. We killed those before, but what's this dragon boy about?
Yeah. Go ahead and have advantage.
Wow. 13 plus 8 is 21.
Nice. So you know that this dragon creature, it is technically a devil, but it doesn't exist within the typical hierarchy of devils.
Yes.
You know that these are cultists of Tiamat.
Oh no. Okay. Got it. Okay, and I'm like, Melody's like, Tiamat, cult, just so you're all aware.
And you know that they have the more or less same basic kind of resistances as other devils, like bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical, non-silvered weapons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would suggest we stop whatever's happening here, because it probably isn't great.
Yes.
These guys are everywhere, man.
Yes. Okay.
At this point, the refugees start screaming and cowering.
Okay.
Oh no! Shh.
All right. Okay. Before they all swoop, so they're all up in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Except for the dragon cultist who is standing on the ground in front of this large mechanical hand.
Oh, God damn it. Spine devils are also anti-fire. Ah! God damn it,
Sure
this useless
are.
fucking shield. Okay. Fuck. Damn it. All right, anybody got any bright ideas?
My instinct is to run forward with my disco mace. For the
All right.
children!
Yeah.
Here.
Let's kill him.
We're gonna roll some initiative.
Yeah, we gotta kill him. Oh, boy.
Ooh,
It's a
natural
10 for
20.
Calvin.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
All right, natural 20 for hero. What did Calvin get?
A 10.
22.
22. No, oh, damn. Kaylee got a 22. What did Roland get?
I got a gentleman's 4.
Beautiful. And M?
I got a gentleman's 13.
Ooh. We got Friday the 13th coming up, and
Yeah.
we're in hell, baby.
Yay!
Well, hero, you are running up with your disco mace. Are you going for the dragon cultist, or you want to try and smack one of these out of the air as they look as they're about to swoop in?
They look particularly fun and challenging, so yeah, I'm gonna go for the ones in the air,
Nice.
sweeping off of his tiny body.
Hell yeah.
And I rolled up 18 to hit.
That definitely hits.
With 11 damage.
Sweet. Oh my god.
Extra attack. Using the momentum. Squatting. Leaping back up.
Get that jump squat.
That's 17 to hit.
Oh yes.
And 9 damage.
Yeah.
How does Heronius one shot this devil out of the air?
Oh, it surprises him too. It's like kind of like he like catching a butterfly with a net. It just kind of like the first one really nails him and it's in his like pelvis, and then the second one just barely catches him in his like Achilles tendon, but then it like yanks him into the ground and smashes him into the floor.
Excellent. Yeah, and you hear this very satisfying crunch of tiles that break underneath him as he, with all of his force, gets thrown to the ground and bludgeoned with a mace.
Oh,
and Kaylee, don't forget your second punch.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going
Nice.
to run up to Dragon Boy, and I'm going to go ahead and try to attack him with a stunning strike.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
That's 14 plus 9, so
That'll
Math.
do.
yeah, okay. And then that's going to be 3 plus 5, 8, and then he's going to have to do a con save versus 14.
He steals his tummy scales against your blows and looks, does a quick flex.
I'm gonna hit him again. That's a natural 20.
Holy shit! Beautiful.
All right, so that is a 4 and 1. 5.
The tiny pew 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 pew.
Reluctant.
Yump, 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 yump. That is our first natural 20 of the night.
Oh my God. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then can you do it again if you want to? It just says if you
Hey.
make a melee attack.
Yeah, every time you can
Sick.
spend one as long as
Alright.
you have key points.
I do. I would like to try again.
Meets beats.
Okay, that's gonna be my turn.
And actually, go ahead as after you land that second blow. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity save.
At least I'm good at this. Not today. That's a 10.
And so as you land the second strike, you immediately become wreathed in these flames of darkness, and you take 10 fire damage.
Ow.
Mm.
All right, and then it is his turn.
No.
Yay!
He is going to retaliate against this small snack in front of him.
Snack.
But why? I'm harmless.
And I will need all of you to make, because you're all pretty much within like a 20-foot cone. I'm gonna need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution. 9. Damn it.
Calvin is a tough boy. He got a 24.
I
All
got a 13.
So everyone who did not, for everyone who got below a 14, you take 12 acid damage as suddenly these black kind of tendrils erupt from this cone of his mouth, and this like inky darkness reaches out and slathers against you, and you actually all become grappled to and get pulled 10 feet towards him.
Oh.
What if you made it?
You just take the damage.
Ah.
Full damage?
Yes, but you
You
are
said
not grappled.
12?
Yes, 12 acid.
Oh, I don't like any of that
Yikes.
at all.
I would like to cast Absorb Elements using my reaction.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm gonna store, or I'm gonna get resistance to it, and I'll get to dish out some acid damage when I attack.
Very cool. And then you see these spine devils begin swooping in on these refugees as they go for the easy snacks.
Oh, that's not great.
And they apparently all run into walls.
Yay!
Sweet.
The walls are on our side.
Good, you little nasties.
You see that the refugees are actually they've all started to look around for rocks and things to like fend them off, so they're trying to fight back the best that they can. And you see Harkina, she takes out her longbow that you had seen her draw earlier, and she takes a couple of pot shots at one as they're trying to come in for her boys, and she's like, no,
Oh,
we will
Mom.
not be taken.
Mom love.
And then M, it's your turn.
Okay, sweet. I'm grappled by one of these tentacles. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take out my book and I'm gonna be like, tell me your name. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this really the time?
Yes.
I need to know. That is an 18.
Damn it. Okay. I don't know his name, so I curse a bunch in Infernal, and then I slam my book, and I'll look back over my shoulder at like the spine devil swooping on people, and I'll go fuck, and then I'll just send off a barrage of magic missiles.
Nice.
I'll divide them between 2, and
Okay.
I'll use a second level spell.
So they're each gonna get 3.
Yeah, no, they'll each get 2 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh shit, but I want to make sure they really die. So I'll do 3 and 1.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Nice. So 5, 10. All right, so one is going to take 13
Oof.
points of damage.
Oh, you blast the fuck out of this thing, but
Yo,
it's
you-
still alive.
No. Okay. Can I change my 4th dart to that one or no?
No.
Okay, the other dart was going towards the most injured looking one then.
All of the other ones remain untouched.
No! Okay, then that'll be 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm sad. So.
You incur psychic damage of sadness.
A single tear rolls down Melody's cheeks. That's all.
And then Calvin, it's your turn.
Let's see. So all of these, the spiny devils are swooping in and they're attacking all the kids and the refugees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's gross. So let's see. Calvin had a
Indeed.
bunch of Roland's weapons in his bag, and there was a pike in there, I believe, which would be good for stabbing at these flying things. So Calvin's gonna, pull that out and start jabbing at the ones that are close and trying to fend them off.
All right. Sounds good.
So, oh, it's 12. There we go. 20. So that would be a 14.
That does it.
Sweet. And what damage does a pike do? God, I should have looked that up.
D10.
D10. Thank you. That will be 7 damage. Oh, and then a D6 because of extra acid damage, and then 3 acid from the absorb elements.
Were you going for a fresh one or an injured one?
There's
There's one who looks super injured, one kind of injured, and 3 totally fine.
Well, let's take out the weak one first.
Yeah.
All right.
Get that one.
You can definitely take him out with your acid pike.
Sweet. And then second attack against one of the other ones that's injured. Ugh. Does a 12 hit?
It just misses.
Dang. All right. Well, he got so excited that he like speared one of them. That yeah, aha! I got him. And then Appa will run down next to Kaylee to back her up, fighting the dragon critter.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then Roland.
Roland is currently grappled, so he can't move from the entrance. So he'll, tentacles, and kind of struggle against them for a second, and then say, "You know what, fucker?" And he'll whisper this quick prayer to Kelemvor. And next to the devil, this draconic devil creature, there will appear a flail in the air as he casts spiritual weapon. And the flail will make an attack against it in the hopes of dropping this spell, holding him in place. 20.
That definitely hits.
Okay. That's a D8. Ooh. For 10 damage.
Ooh, all right. And then he does not make his concentration check, so you all are released.
Yay!
Perfect. Roland moves next to Kaylee and says, "Cast the spirit, me!" And he'll swing his flail, his real flail, out at this time.
Get
Double
that flanking
flail.
advantage.
Double flail.
But Goblin 21.
Oh yeah.
But Goblin. Oh yeah.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. It is silvered. It is not magical.
I can do math. Cool. Excellent. All right, and Hero, we're back up to you. You have Roland, Appa, and Kaylee all on this draconic devil, this Abishai, as well as three spine devils who are still flying up in the air, who are harrying these refugees.
I want to cast Booming Blade with my mace,
Mm-hmm.
but since they're in the air, can I aim it upwards at the 3 in the air?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Cool.
Get those sound waves going.
And we'll do it. Dirty 20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
So now that I'm at 5th level, I get to roll a D8, extra D8 of damage with Booming Blade. So, excuse me. Watch me while I work. 8, 3, there's 11. 11 damage. And now they are, oh wait, do they have to make a Wait, no, I hit them, so they're sheathed in the booming energy, and if they move, then they'll get another 2d8 of thunder damage.
Ooh, nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Anything else on your turn?
An extra attack. Why not?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yay!
Yes,
I'll
you
take
have-
it. Ooh, hell yeah. That's like 24 to hit, so it hits.
Definitely much bigger than 13.
Do I have to say that it's booming blade again, or is it just like cast on my mace already?
What does it say?
You can only cast it once because it's a spell.
Okay. Well, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the way
Oh, could
Booming
you
Blade
do-
works is you cast the cantrip and then you make a melee attack as part of the cantrip. So it's not using the attack action; it's casting the cantrip. Technically,
Okay.
but you can
So
still make an extra attack. It just
yeah, but I
won't
can't
have-
use the cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or well, wait. If you're action surging, I guess
I'm
you could,
not.
for sure. Okay, never mind then. Nope.
But that's good to know.
Mhm.
I'm assuming we're gonna get dirty again later in this episode.
I don't know what gave you that impression. I think this will be a great episode and just a nice, fun time.
Just a fun, easy start of the episode fight.
Just, stroll in the park.
This is a warm up.
But that'll be another 7 damage, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you managed to easily fell another one of these so that there are just 2 left.
Woohoo!
And Kaylee, we're back to you. And then it'll be my devil boys.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Me?
Oh,
no,
Kaylee.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna make an attack. That's a dirty 20. The dragon boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 6 points of magical stabby damage.
Oh yeah.
And does he take fire damage, or should I bother rolling this?
Let me see.
Fire damage. Oh, on the dragon.
I don't think so. I just want to make
Mm-mm.
sure because I'm not gonna bother rolling them. If,
Yeah,
you know.
no. He seems unaffected.
All right, sweet. Next attack. That's a 24.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be 9 points of punches.
9 points of punches. I love it.
Yes.
How's he looking?
One would say nearly bloodied.
I'm going to flurry of blows.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Get in there.
All right, 16 plus 8. That's another 24. That's another 6 points.
Doing work.
Seriously.
That's 13 plus 8, 21.
Oh my god, you all are rolling amazing.
Yeah,
Gee
not-
dang.
Not so much for those saves, which I wish. Let's see. So that's gonna be 7 more points of bludgeoning.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'm going to use my mobile thing to run behind my friends. Peek out,
Good choice.
dagger pointing out.
All right. Yeah. Very cool. So you see that now squaring off with Roland, this Abishai unsheathes these long curved daggers that give off this glint of darkness. And he begins to try and slash at you. Will a 16 hit? I'm guessing not.
No, AC 20.
All right, none of those hits.
Beautiful.
He actually gets his dagger caught a little bit on his wing and it gets a little paper cut.
Ow.
And you see Rhea is now helping out with the refugees, trying to fend off these spine devils and is keeping them at bay. And Lulu suddenly pretty bursts into the room and she unleashes this trumpet blast from it's very there's even a little spray of confetti. And you see that these other devils just become aglow with this beautiful bright white light, as well as the Abishai. So you all will have advantage on attacking them as they become cast in radiant glow.
Glitter fairy fire. I love it.
And then
Why
Emmett,
didn't they do that last time?
Lulu,
We
where
were
the
fighting
fuck were you?
16 motherfucking bearded devils.
I'm sorry, I was late for the party.
Oh my god. Okay, well, shit. If we're getting advantage, I'm sorry. I'm not listening tonight. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay. I just keep hearing. I don't know why. I've had too much caffeine. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at the devil that's moderately damaged, I guess. And I'll just turn back. Oh, first off, I want to run outside any potential cone area. I don't want to be in a cone cluster with anyone.
Okay, you can figure it out.
So I do that. Maybe I run behind a rock because chill touch is 120 feet. So I'm gonna reach out towards this hurt spiny devil and try to hit it with my nasty skeleton hand.
Nice.
Okay, so that is going to be a 19.
Oh yes, that'll hit.
Okay, sweet. All right, that is going to be 8 points of necrotic damage.
Oh yes, and your icky skeletal hand crushes its neck within
I want
its
it to poke at
grasp.
its eyeballs with its 2 spiny fingers.
He doesn't get up his hand to block in time.
Hell yeah. Love it. Very good. And I would like to, yes, hide behind this rock or pillar, whatever.
Yeah, you can definitely like duck behind the grand staircase as that kind of like sections off the room a little bit, so you can be like duck behind there a little bit.
Love it.
And Calvin, we're back to you. You're muted.
Okay, so all of the... Or wait, there's 1 or 2 spiny devils left?
There are 2 left.
There's 2 left. All right, well, let's keep up the piking.
Put it on a pike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Calvin's aiming to have a shish kebab of these things. So that would be a 13 to hit.
Meets beats.
Woot. And that will be a 5 points of damage. And then second attack. That's better. That's a 19 to hit. And
Oh yeah.
God damn it, another one. So another 5 points of damage.
All right. One is looking pretty nasty, and one is untouched.
Okay.
And Roland.
Roland sees this like pink shit, like of this dagger sliding off of his shield and his armor, and everything turns aglow, and he says, "All right, fine." And he's going to swing twice at this devil with his flail. He's going to leave his materialized spiritual weapon floating ominously in the air like a sword of Damocles. The first swing is above a 20, and it deals 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
The second swing that he is using one of his war priest things to swing at is going to be a 16.
Yes.
Does a 16 hit? Ha-ha! And it will be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, it looks so close to death.
Mm-hmm.
And since Kaylee's behind him, Roland will stay right in this devil's face and say, "Did we catch you at a bad time, my friend?"
And it just hisses you in this kind of very chthonic tongue. And then Hero.
Who is left?
We have the last 2 spine devils, one that Calvin is working on that which looks close to death, one that is untouched, and this black Abishai that is just a sneeze away from death.
A sneeze at you.
I'll bring him a tissue then.
Ooh, pain tissue.
Inspiration.
This shit
That's
ain't
what is my plus? Like a freaking 8 or something? Yeah. That's 24 to hit again.
yeah, that'll do.
With 10 damage.
Oh yes. Your hero brings those store brand rough tissues.
Generic.
Great value.
As you take that disco mace down and club it in the back of the head, as it is now on the ground, and its body begins to immediately disintegrate into ash. It has lived its true death.
Yeah.
Bless you.
You have one more attack. You want to go and try and take down one of these spine devils?
Sure. Let's go get them. Oh snap! That's a 22 to hit.
Woo! Do it, girl.
That's with only 6 damage though.
Are we going for the one that Calvin's working on, or the fresh one?
Let's the one Calvin's working on.
Oh, double kill! Hero is slaying.
Yeah,
I'm
I like
just-
this.
I'm just-
I like this side of you, Naseem.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
just
this a lot.
spiking down all of your setups.
Oh man, just like over the volleyball net, like BAM!
Never use anything but these dice ever again.
Yeah, these are good. These are working for you.
They're perfect.
And Kaylee, it's your turn. There's just one foe left.
She just like corner of her eye sees it and just like goes and runs up to it and just like crouches down and launches up with her dagger in her hand to stab it.
Ray gives you like a little bit of a hand up.
All right, so that is gonna be 8 plus 8, 16. That hits.
Oh
right?
yeah.
We just see these short characters. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
never
Like
been
attacking these flying things.
I've never been that person who's like, I want to have the anime character, but like now that I'm playing a small
Really?
character, I'm like launch off on everything, debris in my wake, like. But yeah, so that's gonna be 8 points of damage,
Oh damn.
and then I'm gonna try to punch it. 17 plus 8, that'll hit.
Certainly.
That's gonna be 7 points more.
And Kaylee punches, just gets that undercut, that uppercut, just right through the base of the skull and fells this last one.
3-point landing.
Yeah, like a badass. And well, you have defeated all of our enemies. What would you like to do now?
Make sure everyone's okay. Didn't anybody get hurt? I'm
Check
gonna
on
go
the
over
babies.
and just be like, look at everyone.
Yeah, everyone looks okay. They all look scared and frightened, but they all look basically more or less as fine as when you found them.
How about their
Rose, like
sandwiches?
sliding all the guts and entrails that are on the floor, like
Get a
you
push
know,
broom
pointlessly to the corner.
Yeah.
Just like, it's okay, guys, you're safe now.
There's like literally like intestines like strung like Christmas
Oh,
lights
cute.
around the base.
Nothing to worry about.
It's a classy place.
Yeah, Harkina, is there any chance at all that there might be like a secret part of the temple that people are in or would hide themselves in, or do we think this is sort of the I look around at the guts like
And her eyes grow really wide as for the first time she's like really taking in this scene, and she goes, surely there must be some kind of catacomb or something underneath. I have no idea how to access it though.
Got it. Okay.
Once
Uh,
Calvin realizes that everybody is okay, he's gonna slowly start sliding over towards the giant mechanical hand and
Oh,
the lever.
yes.
And I would like to examine that.
Very cool. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, is it a hand
Wow.
evader?
While Calvin's sliding over there to investigate the hand, Roland will be looking at whatever this ritual was that was being enacted and see if he can make heads or tails of it. It may be evil, but maybe he'll know like what purpose it may have had.
Being a cleric, you recognize this immediately as the hollow spell. And so they were using it to turn into what would have been previously be hallowed ground into desecrated ground. Hence the blood and guts and, and everything everywhere.
Desecration. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Calvin got an 11 on his investigation.
Oh boy.
Do you want to like pull the lever at all, or how exactly are you trying to figure this out?
Well, what are the mechanisms of the hand? What does it look like it can do? I guess how would it move,
Right.
judging by like the gears and the way it's put together? Does it go up and down? Does it grab things? Does it flick off anybody that comes inside?
Yeah, you're not a real holy person.
Suck it. So yeah, looking at the hand itself, you see that it's, the machinations are, it's also that it looks like a jointed hand so that it can gesticulate in various ways.
Okay. And is the lever, it's just like pull it one direction or push it the other direction? Is it like a joystick?
It's like the stick shift in a car. It looks like there are 4 directions that you could put it.
Okay.
Sorry, 5.
5?
There are 5 gears.
5 gears. Are they labeled at all?
No.
Sweet. Well, let's just put it in first.
Before Calvin
Hold on.
So yeah,
grab,
Calvin is like standing there and like just starts reaching slowly for the lever.
a gauntleted hand gently pushes your hand away, slightly askew from the handle, and says, "Allow me just one moment, please, Calvin."
Yeah.
To make sure that this hasn't successfully been desecrated into Udlok the Ever-Dying or some shit, I'm going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Neat.
This will allow me for up to 10 minutes concentration to know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend within 30 feet, and also if a place or object has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
So the hand is actually where the last bit of magic had not been drawn out by this desecration. So you see that at the very center, this hand is still consecrated with the holy power.
Oh, that's good.
I'll point to the hand and say, "That's good," and like turn and start surveying the room, because Malady, or M, has taught me that these fiends can turn invisible often from her imps coming around.
Mhm.
So I'll just give the whole room a once over, make sure we're alone and no one's posing as like,
Statue.
"I'm a survivor," and then they turn out to be like a chain devil or some shit. Just make sure everything's kosher, and then move everyone like away from the stairs into a safe rubble-strewn corner away from Calvin, and then say, "Go ahead," from across the room.
Yeah, there are definitely no other creatures that come up on your radar aside from the dead ones on the ground. But as you kind of take a walk around the room, you can kind of peer in between the curtains and the walls, where you see that they're on the inside are small chapels with pews that have just been shoved and turned over, and you see that these altars to each of the 4 gods has just been also just completely desecrated with the innards of these people. Yeah, there are no other creatures in here.
"Pardon me, friends. I will return momentarily." Okay. This has no influence on the game, but while they're doing all this, Roland is going to abscond into one of these destroyed altars to one of these 4 benevolent gods. And he is going to pray to Kelimvor that the lives spent trying to desecrate this be an homage to him as like a god of death, right? And be like, "Don't let this place fall to ruin from the actions of one day, Kellenmore. Think of the lives spent. This is for you, kind of thing. And that's what he's doing while the rest of you see about the phalanges.
And as you're doing this, as you're whispering this prayer kind of in front of this altar, and though it's to not the god that the altar is dedicated to, you see top down, left or right. Which one of you would you have gone into?
Left.
You see this standing on this altar is this large kind of left gauntlet with the that's facing with the back of the hand towards you with an eye on it. And you see the eye begin to illuminate with this gentle, soft, holy light, and all of the ichor and the entrails that were resting on top of it just kind of burn quietly away as it becomes imbued with holy power again.
Melody's gonna cry out, "Hey, you know these aren't your gods, right? Those are the wrong ones."
Your point, I will say, and rest a weary hand on this glowing altar and like nod. You know, even here, it's not all lost yet.
Can I pull it yet?
Wait. I want to check the ashes of this dragon dude. See if I can find it.
What was that accent? Does Kaylee have an accent?
No.
Sort of a high pitch.
This dragon dude. Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
Oh yeah.
It intensifies
I'm a monk at the
when
open
she's in
hand.
intense situations. Watch out or she'll punch your kneecap. Leave her alone. But yeah, I just want to search that area, make sure that nothing is left, or if
Sure.
it's just ashes.
Make an investigation.
17.
So what you find is the what remains of the spell book of this cultist.
She looks at it and she looks over at Malady and she just holds it up. Presents.
Yeah, Malady will hustle over there real quick. She doesn't run, she hustles in a cool way. And then she'll take the book, snatch it from Kaylee's hands and start flipping through it immediately.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. And she just kind of like looks over your shoulder into the book as well.
I kind of raise it up a little bit to read it. So you can't see it.
In the back in the back after all the spells, you can see that there is also a journaled section.
Oh, okay. I'll look at that.
All right. So are we pulling this lever?
Oh shit.
Do I get to pull it yet?
Okay, I want to stand not with Calvin and with the refugees in the safe corner and read my journal while Calvin does this.
Yeah, I'll back up there and I'm just gonna take out my like healing ointment that I bought and I'm like, just in case. Just down my finger in it.
I'm standing with Calvin. I'm just as curious. I'm like, yeah, do it, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Science.
Yeah, Calvin's cold orange eyes begin to flicker. And yeah, his lips curl into a maniacal sort of grin as he pulls this giant lever.
You hear Lulu go, "For science!"
Oh no. Don't encourage him.
You just got a whole lot cooler, Lulu.
Which position would you like to put it into?
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
We'll put it in first gear.
So you put it into first gear, and you see the hand, which was in kind of this relaxed, like, open position with an open palm. It immediately turns, and so it becomes the back of it, the hand that's facing towards you.
Just gonna backhand you. Get out of the way.
And that's it.
Yeah, well, let's flip it over to second.
Hero mimics it. Whatever it does, he does the same thing.
Give it a high five.
It turns from the back to face forward with kind of, closed finger, open palm towards you.
Is it standing up like 90?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's not on the ground.
Yeah,
Like
it's standing upright.
Elfschmader.
All right, so back, forward, palm out, and then what's third?
Third, it goes with the palm facing downwards. So it goes like this and goes whoop.
Yay. That seems good.
Okay. Let's see. Palm down, and then fourth,
Fourth, it flips over so that it's facing palm up.
palm up, and then fifth.
So as you switch it into fifth, the palm and fingers kind of curl, so it makes a cup motion, a cupping motion, and you hear the chunk chunk, and suddenly these stairs start to descend down towards a bottom floor.
Ooh, like they open up out of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And they go, shoo, and they go.
Fifth equals secret stairs.
Well, that seems like a really obvious way to conceal a secret room, but okay.
Well, not so secret. All right. What happens if I put it back in first?
It returns back to its natural open position, and the
Uh-huh.
stairs go back up.
Oh, all right. Stairs up, stairs down. Dunk.
Okay, well, before we get everybody in there, one of us should probably check it out.
Stairs up. Ka-chunk.
Send one of your impy boys.
Oh,
They're
okay.
so cute.
Stairs down.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ka-chunk.
send me.
I just give you this horrible, like, okay. All right, and I'll slump, like, against a wall and be like, if anything happens to me, swear to God. I just point around at you all.
Kaylee still has the glob of goop on her finger, and she's like, "I'm ready."
Okay. All right, and then Malady will go catatonic against a wall, and go into Waldo's brain.
So
I cry. The body is crying. You don't know why.
it feels nasty. It somehow feels dirty.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, looking through Waldo's eyes, you see he descends down into this kind of antechamber where a little hallway, there's like a short little hallway that leads to a small chamber with the statue of a woman that's illuminated. And then there are hallways that go off to the left and to the right as well, which lead into a T intersection so that they also both go left and right.
Okay. So poking around, is Waldo getting any devil smells?
No.
Okay. Does he feel itchy? Like this is a holy place? Or he's fine. He hasn't exploded, I guess, so it's fine. Okay. He'll poke his head down the hallways.
Yeah, looking down on each of them, you can see that there are rooms that lead off of each of them, and then at the end of them are these kind of big round chambers at the end. And he definitely gets the idea that, this is like a rectangular shaped system that you can, with various rooms.
Okay. But there's no signs of people or anyone hanging out in here?
Not that he can see so far.
Okay. All right. And then is that the end, or do these rooms all have other hallways that lead off? Like, is this a giant dungeon situation?
If you were to walk through, basically you can tell it's like one big rectangle, with like different little sections. And towards the far right, he definitely hears the sounds of people, lots of people, like all kind of crying or talking in low hushed voices.
Yeah, in common, not infernal. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then Waldo, I'm gonna be like, get back up here, and Waldo would be like, and I'll be like, don't fight me, Waldo, whatever. And we're just fighting in our brains, and then Waldo will come back, and Malady, will snap her eyes back open. Well, it looks mostly clear down there, but there is definitely a room with a lot of people speaking common who seem very upset. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably what we're looking for.
Should we check out these other rooms up here?
Well, if there is a safe place down there, I would rather lead all these people there before exploring anything else.
Good point.
As fun as babysitting is.
Everybody down the stairs. They're
Yeah.
really neat. Look at them
Yeah,
go.
just start ushering everyone down.
Yeah, and everyone starts to descend, and yeah, you all see right as you get to the bottom of the stairs, there is a small little room that's just off of here, where you see this large statue of a woman holding up a great sword. And then you can see as you turn down to the right, you can see that there are two rooms where these are probably rooms where bodies are prepared. You see a lot of different instruments and straps and chemicals and jars. And as you keep going down this hallway, you come to a big round chamber where you can see that this is like a storage of niches, so where remains are interred. And then you can see this right next to it is where this big main crypt is, where you see probably about 100 people crowded together in this room.
Ooh, in the crypts. Cool. Roland, can you talk to them?
Roland shakes his head and says, "What? Where? What?"
So all these people like in the big crypt area. So we've gone down the stairs and they're all frightened. She's like, I just think, I don't know, you're a
You think they need a kind word?
Sure, yes.
All right. He rubs his gauntleted hands together. Hello, everyone. Everyone. Quiet!
And they all turn and all these like tear-stained cheeks turn to face you, and they all kind of flinch a little bit as they go, "Oh no, what?" And all waiting to see what happens.
You're safe for now.
Oh,
You should all take a moment to realize the predicament you're in. You're not safe forever. He like thumbs up, right? That he's
Melly
not
is
taking it
looking
too
at
far.
him like, what the fuck?
Oh, you think they know that, man?
But he stops. But you should have faith, not only in yourselves, but in us. We are here to help you. We are here to ensure you do not remain in hell forever. But we need you to not fuck up anything, he says, and claps his hands real loud. Like he's getting the attention of a bunch of cats. And he's like, you need to stay here. You need to stay safe, out of the way. You need to keep each other safe. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, fears?
Oh my god. No, that was glorious.
Hands on his hips, kind of staring out at all of these normals.
All these normies weaving through the sea of normies, you see emerge from just this crowd of people this small haggard dwarven woman who is just her gray hair is just matted with sweat. She's got like dirt all over her face, and she's clutching to her chest this very large, practically as big as her torso, this leather bound book, and she's holding this like very clearly like ceremonial mace that looks like it could do harm against a feather pillow. And she emerges from the crowd of people. Tell me, have you seen Uldar Ravenguard out in your travels?
I turn. Is that one that we've killed? I can't keep them all straight.
You all know that is the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, who went missing here, who went out to Elturel on a diplomatic mission.
No, is he here in Elturel?
he was here. He was keeping all of us safe, and he managed to bring us down here. When those demons or devils invaded this cathedral, we were planning to make a final stand against all of these devils, but it's proved too great. He knew of a magic item that is kept in a crypt below the grand cemetery, and he went off with a small party to go and seek it out, as it might help us turn the tides against darkness. But they were supposed to be back over an hour ago, and they've yet to return. We're very concerned.
And when did they leave?
I get this morning. So they've been gone about 2 hours.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
Feria. I'm sorry. I'm Feria. I'm the high clerk here.
The high clerk, not cleric. Clerk. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sort of in charge of this.
Yes. While Uldar Ravenguard is out, he left me in charge.
Okay.
You're doing splendidly.
No, yeah, you're
Roland pat on her shoulder.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at everyone and be like, I guess we should probably go after him.
I mean, that thing, whatever it is, sounds pretty useful.
Yeah, do you know what it is on top of a magical item of great power? Any more details you can?
It is a most holy item. It is the helm of the fourfold faith. It is said to have been created by the four gods themselves, and it was given to a hero who had saved Elturel a long time ago, and so it was kept in the crypt. It is what consecrates the cemetery to keep the undead from rising.
Got it. Okay. Grave robbing. Sweet.
It's not grave robbing if we need it really badly.
If
I
it's
asked
super
real nice.
necessary.
We will apologize for borrowing it and return it when we are no longer in hell.
Okay. Well, do you have the resources to take these people? And I'm gonna look at this other group of refugees. Like, will you live if they are you? Do you have, I don't know, food? Do you have water?
And she welcomes all these people in, and she's like, "Oh yes, of course. No, we've worked out a system in here. Yes, we've been doing our best. We have many clerics, so we've been able to create food from what we can." And then she points over to a corner, and you see that there is this large fountain that the water that is pouring from it has just this pearlescent glow, as if holy water. And so we have fresh food and water. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so there are guys upstairs working on some magic. Do you know if the seals are still intact or whatever? Like,
well, if it is still consecrated ground, it shall remain so. It might take a while for the rest of the ground to reabsorb the celestial energy.
Okay.
In 1d4 hours.
One could say.
Sweet. But you do have clerics here who can fight devils, right? In case it comes to that. Maybe
Perfectly safe.
Yes, of course. And I myself am an expert on possession and exorcism, so we are all quite capable if the need be.
Cool. This is why I like churches.
Judges.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, any other questions? Anybody?
Concerns, thoughts, fears, or suggestions? Anyone else?
Can we take some of that holy water with us?
Please, of course, do.
No.
You all are able to get however much you want. And you see, actually, Rhea, she's been very, very silent, and she's been staring daggers at this leather tome that Feria is carrying.
Hey,
What you got against that
hey,
book?
buddy.
What up, my dude?
Hey, Rhea, you angry at that book for some reason?
What that book do?
That was my 7th grade math textbook. No.
My name's on the inside cover. Next to a cool S that I drew from 6 lines.
You see her fists are all balled up tight as she is like trying to keep her shit together. And she looks down kind of and off to the side and she goes, that is the tome of the Creed Resolute. Whenever you are old enough to learn to read, you read the Creed on the first page. And apparently, that's what has bound our souls to Zariel. Everyone who has ever read and taken the oath, their names are written in that book. Somewhere in that book is my name.
Can we like tear the names out of the book?
I didn't think the book is magical, is it? No, I'm literally asking Calvin.
Goggle time.
Oh, yeah.
He's the fucking artificer. Tell me if that's magical, goddammit, Calvin.
Working on it. And yeah, he adjusts his monocle and casts Detect Magic.
Yes, you can definitely tell that this is magical. What's weird is that it doesn't seem as magical as it should be.
It's got a lot of magic in it, but it could have more magic.
Could I?
Can I take a look at that, Feria?
And she kind of clutches it to her chest a little bit closer, and she's like, I mean, sure, yes, that is the, there was so much chaos happening, I couldn't think of what to grab, and so I was like, oh, I'll just grab the tome. Sure, yeah, it's just.
Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Yeah. I would grab a big book too, maybe. And he sits down on the floor and kind of props it up on Appa, who sits down on all fours and becomes like corgi loaf. Yeah.
Yeah, how corgis do, they sploot out their arms and legs so that it's like.
While this all is happening, might I suggest that we take a short rest at this time while we're doing all of these things before we go after a boy, Uldar?
Sounds like an idea to me.
Because
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about going to a graveyard in hell.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't
people-
like it.
People
I will
offer
immediately
up
plop
pillows.
down and start lighting up. And then I'm like tossing, if anyone approaches and just like, here, man, take the edge off, and I pass out blunts.
Blunts.
How many blunts are we down to? That's the important
That's like
question.
100 people down here. You gonna take out 100 blends?
I
You
know
have
that
them.
not everyone is gonna smoke in a cellar, so whoever's just like
Just gonna
Really
I guess
hard
technically
this
everyone would be
Everyone.
smoking in a cellar.
This is a crypt,
Arkina's
man.
kids come up, they're
Yeah.
like,
Secondhand
"Yeah,
smoke is a
one."
crime.
I mean, if we have like even 5 people smoking, it'll start to slowly hotbox. So
Sure.
at least everyone's just feeling a little bit better. But I'll probably go down about 15 blunts.
Yeah, so like some people are like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna save this for later. It's gonna help me go to sleep. As they have this like 500 yard stare in their eyes.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's about right.
but everyone, they offer you pillows and blankets and help you get comfortable, and you see that the refugees that you had brought in with you, they all reach out and they find friends and neighbors and family that was down here, and you see people are just lovingly hugging and reuniting and just start exchanging stories about all the crazy shit that they've seen and who they know who has died, and trying to spread news about what's happened as they've been apart. And so you all can enjoy a short rest down here.
Hell yeah.
What you doing with this book, Calvin?
I'm examining it. I'm reading it. I'm studying the all of the pages within it, the materials, what it's bound with. Yeah.
So this is a very large leather-bound book, and it has 2 of those like buckle straps across it to keep it closed, and so you can undo them and open it. And the pages are thick and crisp, and you see on the pages, the first page that you open to is the Creed Resolute, which you had seen when Silvira had opened up the Infernal Puzzle box. You found this within it. And then all of the pages following, there seem to be an impossible number of pages. You see names written all in the very same hand, scrawled in this red ink. Thousands, maybe even millions from across time.
Whoa, that's a lot of names. All right. Well, can I make an investigation or an Arcana check regarding?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okie doke. Oh, that's a good one. That will be a 25.
Nice. So looking through this, definitely what you know about magical tomes, especially one that have names. They have to do usually with some kind of deal that has been struck as the sort of physical evidence of it. Probably as more people take the oath, more pages magically get added in.
Okay. But I can't ascertain what might be diminishing its magic right now or dampening it.
So you think there's probably some kind of spell that's concealing how powerful this magic is, or what the source of the magic is.
Ooh.
As if they didn't want someone to know.
Right. Very sneaky. Calvin mumbles to himself, and he's kind of been mumbling, speaking out loud to himself, and anybody or nobody in the surrounding area. But eventually we'll be like, hey, Em, you busy?
What? Yeah, and I was like reading, I was reading the journal, over the course of that little journey. What?
Do you want to take a look at this book too?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna look through it. Are you gonna explain everything so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Calvin explains.
All right. Then I guess I'll go ahead and like put in my wizard brain, like, do I know why someone would do this to this?
So for the concealment magic,
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an insight check based on intelligence.
Ooh, that's fun.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's very good then. Because I'm a smart cookie, so smart cookies get 19s. Oh, fuck! Wait, no, that's a 21.
Nice.
Oh, so smart. 20 intelligence. Too smart for my own damn good.
So hearing everything that Calvin said and knowing what you know, especially when it comes to, and knowing that this is the work of Zariel making a contract with
Thavius.
with Avius Krieg, that this is definitely the result of that deal, and it is a means to souls are owed to her when she comes to claim. And so the fact that this was struck from an infernal magic, there's probably some kind of ward on here to keep it in a holy place, but not be able to be detected as dark by clerics or paladins.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. So was it magical before Flavius struck the deal with Zariel then?
No, I don't think so. I think this book is like part of the contract that was created between this agreement, and Thavius probably snuck it in here after Zariel did all the magic to make it concealed. Would I think for any reason that a party of our level could destroy this book and potentially help these people who are concealed within it? Or am I like, obviously, like, we are clearly not worthy yet of that capability?
You think that since this book is just a record, that the contract wouldn't be tied to destroying it. There is probably a much more convoluted way.
Okay.
Especially for such a huge deal, that there would be a much more convoluted way to break it. And Yeah, so you're probably
So
It's a
Alaska,
buck-
it's a bummer. This book is a big bummer. I say and hand it back.
Okay.
I don't
I
think
Big
just
bummer
it's-
wanted to. I wanted to get a second opinion. Thanks, Em.
Mm. I want to
All right.
I want to cozy up with this journal. I really want to know what's going on in this journal.
Yeah, make I don't know, whatever. As you're reading through it, you kind of can flip towards like the back,
Yeah.
and one entry that the very last one that kind of catches your attention as it is scrawled in this kind of manic hand. That this Abishai was looking to try and figure out. There's like a note of like deeds that it and favors that it owed, and is looking to try and either win Tiamat's or Zariel's favor, and is trying to get the best deal, it seems like.
Interesting. Playing both sides. Okay. Okay, so that means that Tiamat could be responsible for this, or Zariel could be responsible for trying to break down this sanctuary. We don't know. There's no like little like T or Z in the corner of this day's chapter. Like Abishai Heart Tiamat or
Maybe you think that because you're in Avernus, it is Zariel's realm, but at the same time Tiamat is allegedly trapped here, so
Yeah.
it really could go either way.
Well, okay, cool. All right, well, I'll keep the spell book for later, for learning. But yeah,
And then did you want to try and while you have an hour, piece together the letter that you found?
oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Together.
Okay,
Puzzles.
Not you,
Verona-
Calvin. I'm trying to bond. It's hard.
why? What do you want?
We'll talk about crowbars later.
But puzzles. Okay. All right.
The hero's handing out blunts. Em is putting together the scraps of a letter. What is Roland up to?
Roland would be going person to person now that the group is busy doing things. And he would be having short, quick conversations with them about how they're handling this. In a sense of like, they do realize, like, you know, it's not their fault that they're trapped here. It's okay to feel loss, that kind of thing. He's doing the full-on, like, dad priest kind of thing to all the people who look like they're
Yeah.
not really having a great time. And once he's kind of touched with everybody, he'll go over to Calvin's bag and fetch out the rest of his weapons. And then painstakingly, he will dab a white, clean cloth into this holy water and rub them all down, and then decide if he will keep them. The pike, he snaps in half and throws into the corner. He can't use that anymore. The sword I rolled for, and he'll keep that one, which is lucky because it's magical. The flail he never let go, and the dagger he will pass off to this cleric woman, this clerk who said that you said that her mace doesn't even look like it could hurt a pillow. And when he does, he takes this old, beaten, weather-worn, war-tried knife, and he hands it to her carefully. And he says, "I believe that you are quite a bit more ingenious than you let on. You took care of that book, you took care of these people, and you are trusted. You should maybe hold your head higher."
You see she kind of straightens her shoulders a little bit and stands up a little bit taller. She's like, "Thank you for noticing."
You're most welcome. I know how it feels. And he keeps his fingers lingering on like the blade as she's taking the handle. How it feels to be undervalued, underutilized. Do not let yourself underutilize your abilities. And he lets go of the knife. And he's like, we will do everything that we can, but there is a chance we will be murdered along with your mentor and everyone he took to that graveyard. Prepare yourself for that eventuality, and I believe that you will push through the other side should we not return.
And she'll accept the dagger from you and kind of nod her head slowly and say, we will be strong. We are in a place of strength, and while we are here and while we have these gods to protect us, however far they may be, we will do what we can until we cannot anymore.
He says, though there may be a shadow cast over this place, know that the altars, they're still listening. They're still here for you and for these people.
And Rhea comes up and kind of catching the tail end of this conversation, and she's like, why don't I go with you and some other of these people, and we'll take up some flasks of holy water, and we'll clean the place up. And Feria goes, oh yes, that is a wonderful blessing. Thank you, child. Yes, please. And Rhea will grab some people, and they'll go start doing that.
That's good. Yeah, maybe Rhea should stay here and help defend these poor people.
Also, children, gather round.
Yay!
And hear my tale.
Oh, there are children here.
And Lulu comes up over
This-
the children.
This is slobber chops. And he will spend time letting the children pet slobber chops, especially on the flat face, so that they stop thinking they're going to be murdered every waking moment of their time in hell.
And then they all make like grabby hands, and they're like, ah, and start pulling out his whiskers and grab his big fluffy tail, and Slobber Chops is just sitting there like with the snaggle tooth hanging out. Like,
And anytime Slobber Chops looks like he's discomforted, I will shoot the child responsible a death glare until they stop or pee. Now be gentle. Don't pull his lip. Kind of thing. And that's how I spend the rest of my hour. I've done more than plenty.
Excellent. Beautiful. Heroes passing out blunts over there.
Or making sure no kids are touching my puzzle. No. I will just say
Except
no.
for this kid.
So after putting it together, you can see that it is a set of orders that were given to this bearded devil to try and defend Elturel as best as they can from the demon incursion, and to look for a portal that is perhaps somewhere in Elturel that is allowing the demons to come in. And yes, to maintain the city's defenses in order to buy time to pull it down to Avernus proper.
Sweet. So somewhere in this Hell City is also a demon portal. That's very exciting.
Fun!
It's so good to bond over good news.
Do not want. Kaylee's like, well, yikes. Maybe next time we do like a puzzle with a rainbow or something.
You know, I don't think that's in our future, but maybe.
I'll take a maybe.
I'm fucking there.
Hero's like,
Calvin, you can come to the rainbow puzzle party too.
I can make you all a puzzle when we get back
oh
up.
my
Oh
god.
my gosh, I would love that.
I sit in my cloak and try to take a nap. I scoot away from everyone now that
I'll
I'm
make a
done reading
puzzle
everything.
With all of us on it, and
No.
we can put together a puzzle of us.
I don't want to be on the puzzle, thank you.
Gosh, Mal,
Okay,
you
you'll
should
just be in the
front
corner then.
Nope, not on the puzzle. Not even in the
with all
corner.
the little imps all
No,
over.
I don't
Yeah,
They-
all of them. Waldo.
Okay, if
will
they're
be,
not in
like,
the
doing
puzzle, they
flips in the
they really don't deserve
background.
to be in the
Slobber
puzzle.
chops,
And like a couple of the other ones can be
stuff.
running around.
I
because
put
you've got
I
so
put the
many more
cloak over
now.
my head and
Oh
I
boy,
make
and
a ball
definitely
in the
Slobber
corner
Chops will
of
be in it.
of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you all can enjoy a very restful couple of hours after 2 long, hard battles. And what would you like to do next?
Shit, we gotta go to the hell graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get very good directions from the clerk as to where? So I
And
don't
we
want.
return with the helm.
Yeah.
So we're back. I
We're
show.
Yay.
We've saved everyone.
Draw me a
Yay!
map, please,
Yeah.
to the helm.
Yeah, they definitely can. They can muster one up for you, so you can go over there with ease. It is but a short jaunt.
So we want to leave Rhea here
And she
Yeah.
will volunteer
to
to stay
safeguard.
here.
Perfect.
I'm gonna leave the cat.
Leaving Slobber Chops.
with
Good.
an adult to make
Good.
sure that his whiskers don't get pulled out.
I don't have any good magic to help. I'm too low level now. So
Is it necessary for us to be sneaky sneaks?
we probably don't want to attract attention. If there is a demon portal somewhere in the city, that means we're hiding from both devils and demons. Fun, Malady will explain to everyone.
The enemy of our enemy is also a fiend.
But I don't. Okay. All right.
Kaylee's just nodding.
Well.
Just nods at everything Roland says all the time.
All right. Well, let's go. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's go keep doing this hero thing. Yay!
And so you can
Roll
all set
out.
up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you all can set out. It's just a 5-minute walk away, which leads to immediately this vast cemetery that is enclosed, or at least was enclosed, by a large 10-foot high brass fence that has fallen open in many places, and you see the gates just hang limply off of their hinges, and wandering kind of listlessly around all of these tombstones and various mausoleums, you can see skeletons. The skeletons, which have some of them these very large bovine horns. You see zombies. But in the center of this cemetery, you can see this huge stone building that rises up that seems to be mostly kind of untouched, oddly enough. And you see kind of a blue light coming out from one of the windows.
Okay. Well, the helmet was supposed to keep the undead in the ground, right? So I'm guessing that's not working.
Unless they've already retrieved it.
I mean, it's like a 5-minute walk. What could have happened from here to there? Do we really think they got sabotaged along the way, or do we think they're still inside?
Yeah, were there any bodies on the way? Do we have to walk over, like, any of them?
Yeah, was Uldar Ravenguard dead in the gutter on this 5-minute walk?
Mhm,
Please
mhm.
explain.
With a bottle in his hand.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking quit, man.
I'm done. No more.
I can't.
I'm over this shit.
I literally can't even. No, you do not see the Duke anywhere.
Okay.
So do we want to try and sneak past all the skeletons, or to get to the building, the crypt?
Paul, is there a bug crawling across your
I
webcam?
think there was. I saw it too.
That tripped me out
There
for a
was.
second. I'm like,
Oh,
am I going
horror.
crazy? Did I
Yeah.
stare at the light too
It
long?
looked like a will-o-wisp came up over your face. First
I
off,
totally missed that. Oh my god.
with the blue glow, could I do an Arcana check to maybe try and guess what kind of magic is that?
Sure, yeah.
A what does this check?
Yeah, what that?
Would
It
do.
gonna eat my face. 22.
So since it's got this continual sustained glow, it's probably just like some kind of light spell. Maybe their favorite color is blue.
Me too.
Yeah, that's a light spell right there. Yeah, everyone. That's a light spell.
I know that one.
Well, I mean, you're a priest. Can you do the thing where they'll stay away from us and then we can run and get inside and close that door real quick?
No, but I can walk into their number and let them feast upon me while you all do exactly that.
No, that's a horrible idea.
They won't get far, it's fine. Go on.
No, plan B, please.
I mean,
I can back you up.
I could blow them all up, but it would be very loud.
What's really odd is actually as one gets maybe only 20 feet away from you, it doesn't seem to even notice you. Just kind of wandering aimlessly.
Or maybe this is a moot point. Roland, why don't you just go in there and see what happens?
All right.
I'll go with you.
Big strides.
And as you stride up, yeah, they're probably immediately in this area. They're probably about 10 wandering around, and they don't seem to pay you any mind.
We're clear.
Okay. Well, I don't like that.
They're less restless, hungry undead, and more wandering, aimless undead.
I didn't realize there were types.
There are several types. Let me explain. In the beginning.
Yep. Okay, great. I'm gonna go to the
I'm
door.
listening.
I'm gonna go to the door and look and see if there are like magic glyphs or magic traps or something on this crypt door.
So you see so this is like it's like a big L-shaped building, and on the patio you see there are a bunch of columns, and what were once beautiful stained glass windows have been punched through and broken. And so looking in, even just 20 feet away, you can hear some kind of conflict, and you see this kind of half-elf man who he was running through and smashing these large grasshopper like humanoid figures, and as he's fighting against them, and you see that there are sconces on the wall that are emitting this blue light.
I mean, if he's doing good, I'm gonna watch him through the windows to see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's just going to town.
Hey, there's a guy in here.
Oh, is it Uther?
Yeah, does it look like a fancy person?
Uh,
Uldar Ravenguard. Do we know what his race is? I guess we haven't.
Uldar Ravenguard, he is a human man who is who's just like shining beacon of paladinness. Who is very tall, dark skin, shaved head. This does not look like that. Looks like a half-elven man who he has long dreads that have become kind of mangled and ratted together. And he has kind of the sickly, splotchy complexion. And yeah, so he's wearing, what is interesting is he's wearing robes of Torm.
Okay. But so these statue things, they're statues, right? They're not like
They're statues,
beings.
yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
running around smashing statues.
Oh no, he's fighting two large kind of grasshopper looking creatures.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna call in, hey, are you a good guy? Through the window.
And as you turn, and his eyes are aglow with this kind of red fuming light. And he goes, depends, what side are you on? Who's good?
I'm the on wants to go back to Earth side. What how about you, buddy?
The fight demon side. Now get in here and help me.
Wow, okay. Kind of turned on. All right, everybody else. Yeah, we should probably help him out. Okay, I think he's good.
He reminds me of the guy who stole my first ship from me. I don't like him,
Okay.
but okay.
Well, he's
What's
fighting.
the door situation?
Yeah.
You see that the door is just hanging open, as well as all the windows have been punched out, so you can easily enter.
Good. So when he says, "Now get in here and help me," the door like bursts open. Roland comes in.
And I'll definitely say, like, you all can make quick work. He had gotten these down to pretty low already, and you all can definitely just help kind of clean up. And after they fall broken and with their nasty carapaces on the ground, he'll clean off his sword and sheath it and be like, "So, who are you? Who are you all? What have you
I'm
come
Calvin.
here for?" Nice to
I'm
meet you, Calvin.
Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee.
Sorry, what's
I'm
your
Nero.
name?
My name is Gideon Lightward.
Okay. Do you know where?
That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
There's an incursion of demons who are overtaking this area, and I have been doing my best, staying awake day and night to fight them, to make sure that they never touch sacred ground again. He has this really intense look in his eyes.
Yeah. Okay. So they're coming from downstairs. There's a demon portal. Is that
That seems to be the case.
sweet?
Am I getting a revenant vibe from this person?
He doesn't seem undead, but he does seem kind of twisted or corrupted in some way.
What's wrong with you, friend?
Well, that's rude.
There is nothing wrong with me. I have sworn an oath to fight off demons.
Same.
So I can't. Good. Then we're on the same side then. I like
never
that.
said differently.
Can I make an Arcana check to be like, is there some kind of spell or like a Gaius or something on this guy?
Sure.
Like, what would keep you up fighting for 3 days? Like, I think there's probably something. Okay, so 14 on the die plus 8. Yeah. so-
Hell PCP.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, 22. What kind of drugs is this man on?
So there are spells of compulsion here,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like a devil thing to do, to maybe cast, like, try and control their minds. That's not that kind of flavor. Maybe it was just him being brought to hell that corrupted his mind. Like, this area kind of affects everyone in different ways. So
Maybe it was self-inflicted to keep him there protecting the portal.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're looking for some friends that came through here. Have you seen anyone at all not of the
yes.
demon persuasion?
Yes, I let them downstairs because they said they were going to fight demons, and they seemed capable, so I sent them downstairs. And he motions through a curtain which leads into the circular chamber where you see that there are steps that descend downward.
Okay. Well, we also want to fight demons, so can we go downstairs?
Yes. And he just stands there with motionlessly, not even the faintest quiver, and points to the stairs.
You gonna be okay?
I don't think he's okay, but sure.
I've made it this long. I will keep going. It is my mission.
All right, shit then.
Is he
Good enough for me.
wounded at all?
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like he sustained any physical injuries.
So
That's
Roland
fine.
will cut his eyes from his feet up to his head and then back down to his feet and then match eyes with him and say, "Well, good luck."
Thank you. You as well.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm gonna wait for everyone else to go downstairs, and then I'm going to follow.
Cool. Excellent. Yes, so you all can descend down the stairs, which leads, you see, as you turn that it turns off to the left and keep going forward. Off to the left, you see that there are these big kind of shelving units where you see that there are various human remains stored in niches, along with items and, little memories and stuff and notes and scrolls and everything. And looking forward, you can see that it leads into this what was once probably a very beautiful and peaceful meditation room, but it has just gone. Furniture has been overturned, altars have been broken. And in the room off to your left, you can see it continues onward.
Okay.
Another section.
I guess let's go that way.
What's the light situation in here?
Like every 5 or so feet, you see one of these sconces in the wall has been lit with this blue light.
Well, trail breadcrumbs, it seems.
Yeah.
Looks like they've already conducted their search in here.
They best not be responsible for breaking these altars.
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna go with that's the demons that are apparently pouring out of a portal, but who knows?
I'll have to be sure and ask.
Like as I'm walking
you do
down.
That. You do that, Roland. You get the story.
And as you keep trailing onward, it leads into another chamber that also contains these huge funerary shelves. And you see that this hallway narrows and leads into a dead end where you see a small little area where one could sit and this pool of shallow water. And swirling above the shallow water, you see this miasma of darkness and pain, and you hear these cries that are coming through this portal. And on the ground you see Uldar Ravenguard, who he is clutching furiously at his head as he is trying to remove this sun crest helm from on his head, and you hear him going in this mix between this dark, chthonic, bitter, horrible language leading into like the kind of light tongue of Celestial, and his eyes are just aglow, and he is thrashing wildly on the floor. And crawling out of this miasma, out of this portal, you see these long black fingers reach to the sides of it as this horrible, wretched, black, furry, slimy thing pulls its long, slender body out and opens its maw, where you see just these mangled fangs and worms drip from its mouth. And that's where we're gonna end.
So it's a wormy, leathery, like furry,
Furry,
tentacle, wet,
Yep.
What
dark
other
thing.
terrible adjective can we throw at this
What
thing?
the shit?
Moist
All
is a
of
good
me is
one.
uncomfortable.
Definitely
Yeah.
moist.
Fetid.
Definitely moist.
This
was
water that's
terrible.
surrounding this portal is definitely has turned fetid.
Ugh.
The
It was
fuck?
terrible, and then they threw in
Ugh.
worms. Like, what? Leave the bugs out of it, for God's sake. For once.
His teeth are human fingers. Just keep getting
Yeah,
weirder and
just
weirder.
no.
Its eyelashes are cat whiskers.
Oh my god, why?
That move independently.
No. Ew.
Wow.
Oh.
This is terrible, and I hate this.
Wow.
And everything should be burned.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Oh, yeah. How's your first day in hell going,
Yeah, it's good.
everyone?
No, I
How
like
are-
it.
How
I
are,
like it
how are
here.
you feeling?
I love it.
It has taken a turn. I'll say that.
Yeah, that is one phrase for it.
Mhm.
Well,
Reminds me of, Devilman Crybaby, where you always think maybe something good will happen, but then it never does.
Nothing ever good happens in Devilman Crybaby. All from start to the last period at the end of the credits on the last episode, nothing good happens in
It's the
Devilman Crybaby.
worst.
Oh my god.
well, thank you, friends, and everyone for tuning in to this episode. We have fought so much stuff, and we're gonna keep on fighting through. The next day we will be playing will be March 25th, and since you all have made it through, you have made it to Uldar Ravenguard. You all are advancing to level 6. So
Ooh.
next time we will have a
Woo!
giveaway.
Yay!
Get your
Awesome.
bones ready.
I've got a box somewhere full of dice. Can't remember where the box is, but we'll get there.
We will find them for you. All right, friends. I have been your storyteller, Sage.
I have been Melody, your tiefling wizard. Yep.
No longer ASMR JB here, and I was totally playing your souped up, super great cleric guy. Woo!
Lord Rolling Belran Dan Cadril.
And I'm Katie. I was playing Kaylee Bramblebarrel, the accentless halfling monk.
And I, Naseem, have been your dwarven fighter, Hieronius Dohard, now with 125 blunts on the wall.
I love
Yeah.
keeping track.
Yes.
I am Paul, and I have been playing the lever enthusiast Calvin Coleridge, Fire Genasi Artificer.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, we'll catch you all in 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm gonna shout out real quick before we go. Be totally selfish. Hey everybody, if you're listening
Hell yeah.
out there, I have a Kickstarter that is live right now. That Katie also did all the art for. So Katie and I, if you want to support us right now, the Ultimate Guide to Hair is out on Kickstarter right now. So this is a book. It's over 60 pages of magic items, spells, monsters, deities, everything for your D&D games, all themed around the wild world of hair. So we would really love if you would check it out. We're about a third of our way to the goal, so we've got miles to go, and we need your help to get there. So I went ahead and I put that in the chat. But even if you could give just like $1, $5, just toss it at the project, we would super appreciate that. So please check it out and tell all your D&D minded friends that there is a supplement to die for out there in the world.
Hey. I love it.
Best catchphrase.
That's it. Back
yes.
to you, Sage.
Fantastic. Yes, you all should go back on Kickstarter right now. Do the thing.
Yay, please.
But until next time,
Venture to hell!
go to hell, everyone.
Go
It's
to hell.
great.
We're here. Goodbye.